What's going on? Welcome back to the Cauldron Chat. Happy Dark Moon, everybody. So we have here with our lovely Rowan as co-host, but as guest star, we have our beautiful Crescent Moon.
Hello.
And tonight, before we go into our topic, which is about high magic and low magic, our Rowan has an announcement for y'all.
Oh my god, way to put me on the spot.
Rowan, I don't.
It's not really that big of an announcement. I mean, we just wanted to add to each time we have one of the Cauldron Chats. Be a little tiny segment in the beginning which focuses on one specific saint and one herb. And who was the one that you decided for this time, Kevin?
So the saint I want you to discuss with the people is Saint Lucy.
Saint Lucy.
Saint Lucy, and the beautiful blessed hub to go with it, Eyebright.
Saint Lucy of Syracuse.
Huh?
Saint Lucy of Syracuse.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
I mean, everybody hears about Saint Lucy during what is it? I think it's the winter solstice. When is Saint Lucy's Day? Oh yeah, Saint Lucy's Day is, I believe it's December 12th. Let me check.
I think you're right. December. I know it's December.
No, December 12th is Virgin of Guadalupe. It's December 13th. December 13th is Saint Lucy's Day. So she's really big and popular in Sweden, but she's actually from Syracuse, I believe. Yeah, St. Lucie, Syracuse. And
Like Syracuse, New York.
no,
Oh, okay.
I think Syracuse is Italy. Let me see.
Oh, that makes more sense.
Syracuse, there is one in, of course, New York, but it's another one. Yeah, Sicily, ancient Sicily.
You're 45 minutes away. I don't know how far away I am. Definitely not 45. I think it's a little longer. I think I got
But
hours.
the traditional Catholic patronage that she has are over people who have eye disorders, because in her story, she was actually murdered, um, martyred, and her eyes were gouged out. But if you look at her in the magical patronage, she's for people with second senses and seeing things that um, more in a spiritual sense, because her eyes grew back because of the intercession of the Lord after they were gorged out. So the magical interpretation is that she can help you see things that is hidden. She can help you with psychic abilities, especially clear seeing and clairvoyance and stuff like that. And the herb that we chose is eyebright, which is also linked to Saint Lucy. So it's a perfect herb and saint combination, I would say. And a lot of her workings and oils involve the use of eyebright in order to draw out the truth and to help see through veils and that kind of thing. And anybody that has those gifts and they need help manifesting them, they can call upon Saint Lucy, and she could be petitioned to help them build that gift. Um, there's a very simple ritual that I believe you did, Kevin, with Saint Lucy that helps reveal what is hidden and help snuff out liars.
Yes, I did. And it worked through our lovely Rowan. St.
Yeah,
Lucy communicated the answer to the spell I performed through you.
you want to give to the peoples?
Huh?
You want to give a little bit more information to the peoples?
Yeah, so you know how it is in this day and age with technology. You get catfished sometimes. And I needed to know whether or not this person I was speaking to was a catfish. So I did this ritual this little spell that included getting two stones and painting eyes on them to represent Saint Lucy's eyes. And I just had a Saint candle and some offerings for her. Nothing like crazy, like spell work wise, but I just I called on her, asked for her to intervene on my behalf, and trying to seek out the truth. It was a truth spell. I actually have this video, I believe, in like on YouTube on my channel. So somewhere down there you could see Saint Lucy truth spell. But that spell, and then when I casted it, it was like a week later, if that Rowan found the real guy on Twitter, and it was someone who it was like someone who lived in California, so not the guy I was speaking to, and yeah.
Yep.
So use your truth spells out here, people.
Yeah, she's great to see the truth.
And she is so sweet. She is one personally I can say is like she has such loving and sweet energy. Every saint has its own different personality, their energy, their own spirit, the spirits of the dead. But Saint Lucy she's just a sweetheart. You know what I mean? When she comes in, she comes in because it's like she hugs you. She embraces you and your energy, and it's just the sweetest thing you can feel.
I'm here. I'm listening.
So, is that all for Eyebright? Which I will say, Amber said if you burn Eyebright, it smells super sweet. So I'm gonna try that.
I've never really burnt Eyebright, because I don't really burn a lot of herbs, especially in like loose incenses, because just not a fan of loose incense smells.
Okay,
Especially the charcoal disc. Like it just gives me a headache.
Yeah.
My mom said the same thing. She would always have to do stuff outside because the charcoal disc and some of the oils from the herbs releasing would give migraine. It would just set her off.
Yeah.
Right, so we're here to talk about high magic and low magic and like the difference between the two, and if you can and different ways to like blend them and stuff like that in your practice, or like just more what you lean towards more in your own practice. Which I don't know if that's what this video is listed at the title. I think I forgot to mention that in the title, but anyway. So
It's fine.
I'm gonna ask y'all straight up. Carson, I'm gonna ask you first. What is your personal opinion or like definition on what is high magic, what is low magic?
Low magic, I think, is what I would consider what we do, or what I do. Sorry.
No, you're right.
I do. Excuse me. I do mix the two occasionally, especially when it's like the ritual aspect of something. If it's like a full moon or a dedication or like a full on ceremonial type ritual where I have to be super specific. The timing has, oh, I'm so sorry. I don't know how to stop that. The timing has to be really on point for certain things. Then I feel like that's when I'm more likely to do any high magic based on what we discussed the other day.
Right.
But on the daily, it's the low magic for me. So now that I understand the difference between the two, because not gonna lie, my thought of low magic was dark magic.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, because look. Oh my god, how do I stop that? I never really some things you just get a concept of, but you don't really look into it because it doesn't really apply. You don't really put yourself in any category.
Right.
And that's where I ended up with that believing. I didn't know any better. I didn't know that there was, high magic is very ceremonial, where low magic is like your everyday practitioner. I do this and that here and there.
Right. Rowan?
Okay, so my thoughts on high magic and low magic and their definitions. To me, high magic is, yeah, a very ceremonial and more, I would say, an example would be Solomonic rituals and things like that. Um, I would say that most people who practice high magic, that is where the true term of the word magician comes from. Because nowadays you hear the word magician and you think pulling a bunny out of a hat,
Right.
but the real like
Magician, ceremonial magician.
root word of the word magician, yeah, is ceremonial practitioners. Usually you see the use of Solomonic seals on a more grand scale, like drawn on the floor in high magic, and it to me it doesn't seem like high magic or ceremonial magic includes a lot of tools other than maybe a censer, incense. They have their wands, they have their swords, their athames, but it doesn't really have a lot of that I've seen, like herbal correspondences and um puppets and that kind of thing. It's more on the calling
Raising
forth,
energy kind of thing.
yeah, raising energy, calling forth divine spirits in a what's the word? Like divine spirits and like Theurgy. It's like I think that's what they call it, Theurgy, when you call
Yeah,
upon divine spirits.
yeah,
Yeah, it's not like what I consider low magic or witchcraft or folk magic is using natural items and causing changes
hmm
through spell work and divinations and stuff like that. I I think I consider low magic more hands-on, more getting your hands dirty than high magic.
yeah,
Which I think high magic just would fall into the category of more of like communication with higher beings, which we do communicate with higher beings during the practice of low magic, but it's more hands-on, more involved, more get yourself dirty kind of thing.
right.
We also talked about like the differences between between visualization
Mm-hmm.
and um, visual vocalization during both high magic and low magic, and I thought that was really interesting
Yeah,
because I didn't realize a lot of people weren't very visual.
hmm yeah. That's something I also learned throughout my practice because that's something for me. Because I agree. Because for me, ceremonial. I mean, high magic is very like how you guys said, very ceremonial magic, more energy based than using any type of tools and working with divine entities. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Folk magic is just like how Amber said. Folk magic is natural magic, earth magic. It's using the roots, the herbs, the tools, the candles, our tools, our ingredients, and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And it's not so ceremonial when we do it. We don't always cast circles when we do our works. We don't always call on all the entities of the world. You know what I mean? It's not very ritualistic, but more just quicker, I guess, in a sense. But no, so that's where I will say there's different aspects to ceremonial magic or high magic that I do bring involved in my practice, like visualization. As in high magic, visualization is one of like the key components, I believe, in what goes on during the ceremonies. And something I've learned is that in low magic, not a lot of people use visualization, probably for exactly the fact that not everybody is visual like that. Not everybody is talented in that sense, but they're talented in other ways to perform their magic and to perform their enchantments.
Mm-hmm.
Visualization is just one form of enchantment that I use and that you use that branches from high magic.
Yeah. I I don't know how to not be visual. Like I don't know how to not be visual in low or high. That's all. Like it's just there.
So that brings me to the next question. Where does your magical practice lie in the balance between low magic, high
Ugh. Rowan.
magic? Roman, you first?
Yeah, I would say low.
Definitely low magic.
Yeah.
Do you pull on any like certain aspects from high magic into your practice at all, or no? It's just mainly 100% low magic.
In my definition of high magic, I would say no.
Yeah. Okay.
Because even including workings with saints or ancestors and stuff like that, I still consider that low magic. Yeah, I wouldn't say that I have any kind of high magic tendencies in my practice. Oh, excuse me. Ugh.
You better sit up. You're making everybody yawn.
No, don't do that. Need to be up. Crescent. You want
Um.
me to go first?
Well, I mean, I don't know. Okay, so on the topic of the visualization, my
Right.
God,
I know. I
I
said
just listening to y'all talk about it. I first of all, y'all don't cast circle every time, even mentally.
No.
okay, wait. So that's where personal. Okay, and that's where I was gonna talk in my guys. Yes. Okay. But I'll get to that when I answer. Because yes, I do. Absolutely. Every time I do magic, actually, and I have. I'll explain. Yes.
So here's my thing.
Right.
If high magic is more mental, visual, audible, whatever you want to, whichever way you go. I do like okay. Say we're working together, and I'm like, okay, I need to get ready. I need to set my space. I need to get the vibe right. I need to put words, whatever I'm doing, whatever it's going to call for. I immediately go to visualization of the dome, the circle dome dropping down, which is basically my salt circle, if I was going to do one. And I visualize like power drawing in, power going out, so I really can't answer just specifically in one because I think I kind of draw in both. Just one is more. I have to say it's mainly low, but I think my opening and closing are very visualized in a kind of a very ceremonial way in my brain.
Yeah. Absolutely. See, I think you're like me in the sense where, really, but where my practice mainly is low magic. You know what I mean? The substance, the root of it is low magic, but it contains aspects of high magic. Where where it's not like the opposite, where it's mainly high magic that contains some low magic roots. No, it's the opposite, where it's mainly low magic, but I'll bring in every time. So you know the lighting the black candle and the white candle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so for me, I'm personally my practice so strict on that. That's something that like I have certain like candles on my altar, and the two closest ones to me on the right hand side or the left hand side is the black, on the right hand side is the white. And when I light them, I cast my circle, and I have, of course, a Latin saying, "Circule circum nunc magicus tenetur," which means magic circle is now bound in magic, or some some shit. And that casts the circle, and every time I do that, every time I chant that, because I chant it for a while, I visualize I call in mentally the elements to be with, you know what I mean? But so for me, I actually have a permanent circle around where I live. And so I don't necessarily okay, for example, when you go outside and you're in a different place and you do witchcraft and you cast your circle, you also dismantle your circle. You know what I mean? Me, my circle's open up. So when I light these candles, I'm just tapping into the energy of the circle that's already there and then enhancing it even more every time I light these candles.
Okay. Okay.
That a lot again with me. Every spell work for me includes visualization, includes a lot of energy raising because everything do when we work with herbs, when we work with candles, when we work with sound, incantations, all of these things that we do, all of these actions, the point behind all of them is to raise energy. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? So that way for me is very ceremonial because again, I like to raise the energy. Sometimes circumstantial, again, depending on what I'm doing. Maybe I got make space in my room, play some nice drumming music or some type of nice music where I can start dancing and just get energy flowing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that I find very ceremonial. So it can be a very balanced thing, especially depending on what the ritual is. But for me, it's mainly low magic with high magical elements.
So let me ask you this.
Talk to me.
None of us are in covens, right?
Nope.
So do you feel like the side of witchcraft that delves into covens, that would be more high magic?
I
Or is
will.
that just ceremonial magic?
I can't speak on all covens, but when I picture a coven, I do picture ceremonial magic. I picture them, you know, they cast sometimes a lot of times with a coven, you have certain members for certain elements. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? To call on quarters, that bring in this elemental nature into the group. You know what I mean? For whatever they do. Now, depending on what their work is, obviously is going to determine whether it's more ceremonial or low magic. But when you bring more people in, you are harnessing more energy, and that in itself is very ceremonial. Even if you're not doing a big ceremony, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I just,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I find it I find that aspect of a coven fascinating and daunting at the same time. And because I don't have the balls to
See, I
figure
have
it
not
out.
found like in my area at least, I have not found witches that like. And look, for me, your paths are never going to be the same, and it's not supposed to.
Right.
However, if you're going to be a functioning coven, I feel like y'all's paths should be similar in some ways, or maybe at least your morals or something. Something needs to be similar for y'all to operate. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't found like in my area that just doesn't. That's not.
I don't think it really. I mean, I know tequila had the fellowship back in the day, and I wish there were more of those where you could just go be a solitary practitioner, but go and have fellowship with other witches in your area or pagans or whatever it be,
Yeah.
heathens. I wish those functioned more for people like us that don't go to church because we're not welcome at 9 times out of 10. You
Mhm.
know, it's just one of those things. And that is way off topic. That is a topic for another day. I am so sorry I even brought it up.
No, no, don't be sorry. Stop. But no, I agree with you because it would be so much, because I think the closest friend I have that I would even, again, like solitary practice, but at times would gather, she's like an hour away.
Mm-hmm.
And she does not drive, so it's not like I could even really meet halfway. You know what I mean? Driving an
Yeah.
hour out sometimes, depending on circumstances, to me, it's more like, eh.
No, I get that. That
But
freaking 35 is getting me again.
I'm gonna ask you this. I'm gonna ask you this. Even though we know the answer already, but they can like include maybe why it's called the way it is. I don't know. But does high magic and low magic does the term high magic and low magic refer to the potency behind them? Like is low magic weaker than high magic?
Who are you asking specifically?
I'm asking anyone willing to answer right now. Whoever is ready.
I would say that neither one is more powerful than the other, but I feel like one can accomplish different things than the other can.
I feel that. wife that because I've worked with. Now, for me personally, I would say that astral projection, journeying, remote viewing, all of these things fall under the category of high magic. And I personally will say those. I've been in situations where if I'm not doing that, then I'm screwed because that's the only way I can do something. You know what I mean? For certain tasks.
Is it my turn? I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. But yes, yes, go ahead, Billy.
Okay, what was that?
Does high magic mean
Oh,
higher?
okay. So no, I don't think I actually very much agree with Rowan. I think one accomplishes a different task than the other, but I don't think it's stronger necessarily because as witches, we all know the little things you do sometimes are pretty damn potent.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I have 5 notebooks in front of me. That's why I'm confuddled because I'm researching, reading, listening, and trying to respond.
Girl, you should see my bed right now. I bet my bed looks like your bed, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, yeah. Plus with a cat too, right? How you doing?
Oh, yeah, and he's still in there chilling, fucking asleep.
Yeah, she's knocked out. She's laying on the Psalms book. What's that tell you?
That's funny because I have the Bible open to the Psalms.
How you doing? How you doing?
Hey.
Okay. All right. Can you guys, anybody, throw out? Because the last question is, can you blend the two? But we've pretty much already answered that. So a little quickly, can you guys throw out any examples? Since I know we have already, but throw out any examples of high magic or low magics, or any specific things just that y'all like to do in those categories.
Okay, okay, more specific. What exactly are we talking? Because are we talking about robes and sigils and candles in specific orders? And like, are we talking like day of the week, day of the month, the moon phase? Like, give me more.
Whatever you like, whatever, because whatever magics you more dive into, and what you do, whether it's low magic or high magic. What is it that you prefer to do in those areas? What's your some of your favorite low magic techniques or high magic techniques that you like to utilize in your practice? If that helps.
I think one of my favorites that falls into the low magic category is sympathetic magic. One thing that represents another. One thing that represents something affects another. I feel like usually when you learn about the terms between low magic and high magic, that's one of the biggest things you learn is sympathetic magic.
Mm-hmm.
What, say for example, a root that looks like a leg can be used to affect a leg.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's what the doctrine of signatures. There's something not the doctrine of signatures. I don't know, but yeah, sympathetic magic.
Mm-hmm. And also, I think there's one's called contagious magic or something like
Contagion.
that. Contagion. Yeah, that's it.
What is that?
Contagion. I literally just looked it up. So, according to Google, because off the bat on my hand, I can't answer that. But Google says that it is based on the principle that things or persons once in contacted can afterward influence another. So I guess
like literal contagions.
Yeah, like tag locks.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Amber said sympathetic magic versus quantum magic. Amber, I've seen you write about that, but what exactly is it? Is it like a form of chaos magic? I'm sure you talked about it on your channel, but I'm really bad at watching people's channels, so.
Same. I don't know how y'all get anything done. I be talking to y'all all day, and I don't get nothing done.
Yeah, I mean, no, I find the balance. I'm pretty good. I'm sorry. Uh, can't help you there. But um, but yeah, did you throw out any examples, April?
Mine are silly.
Talk to me, girl.
No, I don't lie. Look, okay, so I am that little child witch that likes to carry out her little child dreams. And when I feel like I can't muster up the energy inside me, because life gets in the way, it
Right.
beats you down. I I will say this never happens during the summer because it's freaking hot. But I like to put my robe on. I like to put my robe on, and I like to go outside, and I like to do my thing in the dark.
Wait, what color is your robe?
It's black with
Girl, should I bring my black robe?
I mean, if you want to, I mean, it's gonna be September. It's close enough to October.
No, it's gonna be disgusting out there.
Oh, it's so gross. It's like walking in soup.
No.
But I'll show you my robe when we get off. Because me and Mama made it by hand.
Really? I got mine off of Amazon.
I mean, it doesn't matter as long as you put your juju on it. I'm just saying, like, I had the time and the energy at the moment to make it.
Nobody likes it when you juju on your robe.
But no, seriously, like getting down to like the meat and potatoes of the things that you enjoy doing in your practice. Like I basically, now that I'm adult with adult money and unsupervised all the time, I just
me.
What?
I said you sound like me. Go ahead.
I just like my little fantasy world of create.
Yes.
Again, it goes back to that visualization of I am in a dark forest under a moon, and this is the power that it brings to me, and I put that power in the working that I'm doing. So it's really silly stuff. It's nothing specific.
No, that's not silly. No, I love it because I do the same thing. Let me tell you, I have my black cloak and I go out and I have two. I have one that's long and flowy, of course, and I have one that's just a little shorter that doesn't go all the way to the ground for when it rains and because it gets wet.
That's smart.
Yes, it is.
That's just smart.
I know. I'm smart.
Mine like dragging the earth behind it.
I didn't know, and sometimes I like that, but when it's muddy and disgusting, I don't like that.
Yeah, and let me tell you, when you wear that sucker to the graveyard,
I do, and that's where I was going. I wear this, especially during Samhain. I am out there because I'm with you.
That's the only time you can get away with it and not literally be assaulted. Because let me tell you, people get a little offended when you walk around looking like Grim Reaper.
Yes, I know. They're so annoying. Bring the cloaks back. I want that back in fashion. Because I want to just go outside in my black cloak. Every time I go in the woods, especially if it's not hot and 1,000 degrees outside, I have my black cloak on.
I wish that we'd go back in. I know I see them pop up all the time on like ads and stuff, and I'm like, if this comes back into style, I'm set.
Yo,
I'm set. Let's
seriously.
do it. I want to wear a tunic. I want to wear a little skirt.
I want a real like not from Amazon like black cloak.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because I love mine, but I have problems with both of them, right? The one ties very well, but it's too thin, right?
Mm-hmm.
While the other one that's perfect doesn't tie well. Like it leaves it doesn't tie all the way as tight as I want it, basically.
Yeah.
So I have problems with that one. I just have problems with that.
See, I just have like a throat clasp.
Yeah, maybe I
That's
should.
the only thing that I have, and it has pockets because I had to have pockets. But it's heavy as hell because it's double lined. So the outside is a dark black material that has some kind of texture to it, and the inside is a spider web material.
Oh, I love that.
It's not that thin, wispy stuff. It's like full on thick.
Yeah.
Material. So it's super heavy. But when we made it, it was like going into like fall in Georgia, and we got winters in Georgia. Here, absolutely not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wait, you get winters in Georgia?
Yeah, we got winters in Georgia.
How bad?
Like snow and ice and
what?
Yes, New York is the only place that has seasons.
Right. I want to move to Georgia. I don't want the snow.
No.
There's no
Where
snow
you're
in
wanting to
Georgia.
go in, yeah, Savannah. If it snows in Savannah, it's fucking apocalypse. Okay.
Oh, okay.
It's
Okay. Don't
fucking
scare me
done
like this.
in 50 years.
Okay. Don't scare me, please, because I
Yeah.
don't want that.
Okay, I can actually tell you. I think it was 1993 because it was the same. That storm also hit the Charleston area near where I'm at now, and that was so 93. Before you were born, that was the last time it happened.
Before you were born, she said.
And
So in
I'm
the
living
1900s?
that
The
1900s.
1900s? Right. In the 1900s?
The 1900s comment's gonna stay in my brain forever. You
I'm
little
never
young,
gonna put this down.
you
Huh?
whippersnapper.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
what was it like on the Oregon Trail?
What's it like to be old and alone? Shut up.
oh my god, the roasting. I love this.
God,
So
that was kind of rude.
no, it's not. It was a
It's not.
singer.
I thought we were playing off that commercial that's on TV with the young dude in the back seat and the old lady in the front seat. And he was like, what was it like when the dinosaurs roamed? She's like, what's it like to be old and alone?
Oh yeah. That
He
was
just took that so personal because he was
He
like,
did. I wasn't being personal. That was hilarious, though.
oh, my sound cut out. Oh, there we go.
right. So yeah. So is that all like with the ceremonial?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. I mean, but I do that with low magic too. If I have the energy,
But
bro,
you bring that in. That's what
I'm
that's the blending.
all the stops are coming out if I'm in the mood. You know what I mean? Like no
Oh,
F's given.
you kidding me? Do you know how many times if there was a camera that saw me at the crossroads right up the road? Oh my god, with
Mm-hmm.
my black cloak and my freaking enchant! Oh my god, people would be scared. Actually, people are scared. I've gotten the
I was
problem.
gonna say they are scared. They just walk the other direction.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. Oh god.
Hilarious. What about Rowan? Did
Huh?
he answer?
No, he answered. He answered.
Oh, okay.
Um, for me, oh, Lord. Okay, I guess low magic. My favorite. I'm not gonna lie. Candles are my favorite thing in the world. Maybe it's 'cause
Same.
Maybe it's because I'm a fire sign. Maybe it's because you're a fire sign. But
Probably.
candles are my favorite thing, and I don't have when it's winter. I don't turn on the heat. I
Winter.
light every mother effing candle I have in this room because I am a witch living in the 1600s. Okay, you have not heard of this electricity. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
oh, in this house, if so. No, I love my candles. So my anything candle magic, boom. I was gonna say maybe fire magic, but I think that could be very ceremonial in its own ways.
Yeah.
Candle magic for me, oh yeah, my roots, my plants, I love that. Um, but I will say my high magic, what I love to do again with the visualization, I do love. I'm a huge fan in the circle. I really am. I have a permanent circle out in the woods. I have a permanent circle where I live. I'm a huge fan about so I every time I even if I'm not out there doing the whole ceremony, I still will have my mental circle wherever
Mm-hmm.
I go because no, you can't be playing around. Okay, that harness is just power in itself, and it's such an old tradition. It goes way back even before Wicca. A lot of people don't realize that because it's
Yeah.
a Wicca thing, you know.
I
And
mean, look
Wicca,
at Stonehenge. It's a freaking circle, and there
exactly,
are multiples of those for, back during the Druids and the Celts and all them. Like the circle was a huge deal back then, and I think it carried on throughout some of the now prominent pagan traditions.
yeah. And I was gonna say before that, I think Wicca in itself as a religion is very ceremonial at times, depending
Mm-hmm.
again on the individual's practice. But when it comes to a lot of like the rituals, like drawing down the moon and stuff, very potent. I mean, very ceremonial. You know. Even that though, that ritual again transcends Wicca, which is how the ceremonial rituals behind it, and like how Roman said earlier with using Solomon, that guy, his magic.
Yeah.
I can't say the
Yeah.
other word. Very, oh my god, using the go like working with goetic entities or anything like that, all ceremonial. And not that that's what I do. I don't know why I even got on that topic. But
Don't be like Solomon. Don't force nobody.
right. Right. Um, But I will say another thing I do love though is my astral projection.
Mm-hmm.
When I can do it, I like to really do it. You know what I mean? And use it to my advantage. So that's probably
I
one of
agree.
the things to do with the higher magic aspects. And yeah, again, visualization will not ever be without. And of course, working with, I think like how Rowan said earlier, or you, Chris, and I forget, but third G, working with your deities and your spirits, absolutely.
Oh shit!
What happened?
You remember the other day, I had to fix my white Bible.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me why this black one just broke in the spine and the same, like on the inside.
You know how to fix it though.
I can't fix it.
For
This
one,
one,
for one to
glue.
live, another. For
I
one
would
to
have to.
live, another must die.
I mean, they're both dead now because I can't fix the way this one broke without a whole bunch of freaking glue. It literally just came apart.
Oh, that's
This one's older than the other one though, so.
I mean, I will say if you mail it to me, I know someone who can fix it. At a library, I can fix it.
I think I'm gonna get that one, that other one that we were
Oh
talking.
yeah, no, I'm definitely getting that one because let me tell you something.
It's loosey goosey and the leather's not real. Like this is just it's decaying just like the other one.
Yeah,
I'm just sad that like it broke the day after the other one already broke. That's what happens when you don't upkeep your Bibles, people.
yeah, when they're real leather.
Yeah, freaking A. So that just pushes me to get a new one because like I've written down 3 different Psalms while we were doing this video.
Oh my god, I haven't written down Jack. I was focusing on these damn questions.
No, that's okay. You're supposed to. That's why I kind of like the camera not being on because I can like
No,
pay attention and work.
you can still do like what you got to do. That's why I like the podcasty kind of vibe to it. And that's one thing. Wow, I just was a 12-year-old boy and my voice cracked. Oh, good. That's one thing that I want this to be is eventually a real podcast. You know what I mean? When I have my real website with my real store off of Etsy and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But as for this podcast, though, this episode, I feel like we can come to an end. And it was great talking to you guys. And work your magics.
Yes.
You guys, thank you so much for being with us, Crescent Moon. We love you so much.
Thank you.
And we hope to see you again soon. Rowan.
Yeah.
I will talk to you guys again in the future.
Yes.
The council shall reconvene.
The council is.
We need a gavel. I'm so serious. Somebody order a gavel for me.
Oh, hold on. I got like. That's not it. Okay.
That was not a gavel.
It was so weak. It was a freaking highlighter.
Okay, how about this? Hold on. How about this?
I mean, I could go get a hammer.
Wait, if we need a hammer.
We're not getting a hammer, bro.
There's one right here.
No.
Can't even reach for it. So, okay. All right. You guys have a great night. Happy Depnon for those working with Hecate tonight, and happy Moon. Blessed be, witches. Blessed be.
Blessed be.
That was funny.